Oh, okay. I usually get a little thing on the screen. So anyway, let's adjust the screen. Yeah. Yeah, that should do it. Mhm. Okay. Anyway, we're here. I thought what we do today, we can start with San Jose State starting. So, overview of 30 movies. Again, 30 movies or ostensibly it's a staff review. But it's also it's a spirit. So I think what I'll do, photographs. Let's start there. And go through the, as I said, overview of 30 movies. So to start with, what I call more the Japanese term would be misogi, cleansing, purifying. Okay. And movie number one, held right hand, that came down the lower belly. The lower belly is potential for Japanese hara. Okay. And there's also 2 inches below the navel, and a couple of inches in is called the tongue. The home point. So that's that area. And hara is more than just the lower belly. In Japanese culture, if you have hara, especially so and so is hara. The tongue then, there's all this stuff going on out there, but the ability to centralize your consciousness. So, right, that would be number one. Moving number two, left hand takes the bottom. And from here, I start going to my right, circle back. It's an upward counterclockwise spiral. Number two, left back, it's a downward clockwise spiral. And the symbology of it, what Shiva, the founder, called him the sensei, big teacher, sensei's teacher. And he spoke a lot of this mythical alignments, holding bridge. Whatever, it's a mythological place. Okay? So we're going from concrete reality to more of a mythical dimension. Position yourself to stand on that floating bridge, whatever that is, wherever it is. Right, Buddha. I mean, maybe the symbology of it, and some of this I'm just sort of creating in a moment. So we're going from every day to difficult, spiritual, dimension. One. Man. Two. Three. So those I start that as opposed to most scoring start with Marshall. But since they're a lot of work with the line, not just doing physical 7 years. There are other dimensions possible. Physically, we have 4. In another finer dimension, possibly, there's something we might call the floating bridge. Okay. So I thought what we do today is just kind of, at least at the beginning, go through, give an overview of the further movements. Cliff, anything about the first 4?
Not really. I mean, right, there's a part of the movement that isn't martial, so they're kind of interesting. And it's a chance to try and get into the flow state.
Okay. Maybe go a little deeper into that original, the first 4 movements.
Sure.
Yeah. So the Japanese floating bridge of heaven, Amen, heaven, Amen, no, of heaven, Iki, Ashi, floating bridge, heavenly floating bridge. This is a place where Izanami, primordial original, male, female stood. They had jewel magical skill. When they stood the heavenly prime, and the drops that congealed off of that congealed into the islands of Japan. Okay, so what do we have? We have a mystical place of creation. We have 2 forces. Izanagi, masculine creative force. Izanagi, female creative force. We're talking masculine, feminine, not necessarily gender, more archetypal. And they were connected by this magical spirit. They both stood. They can be wrong now, so they can stir this way. Intercellularly, and I'm sort of making this upward spiral. He's on E, downward spiral. He's on E, and then this motion. And one of the things is, if you go into like fairy tale myths or something, they're all reflections of what called mythical archetypes. So, the whole pantheon of Shinto deities, of some things Japanese, and the Shinto religion is native to Japan. So, the Kuchiki, and you can hear 2 books about the history on a mythological level of Japanese culture. Fairy tale myths of the gods and goddesses. And it segues from places like the floating bridge, like playing with heaven. Into more earthly dimension. And one of the things, position to upward heaven. And in this motion here, one of the things that I think what you could read in this, and they're fairy tales, like comic books. But you could argue that everything is occurring within you, all of it. So you're not just standing there. Some sense of a totality. Right? So move in. Two, three, and four. Now I'm going to shift my angle instead of going straight here. Movement number 5. Left foot. Left hand, right hand. This is the step. And forming a triangular position. Point, face. Then, two things. It's easy to kind of hold from underneath, but you hold from the top. Easy, loose, but not sloppy. It's like dribbling a basketball. If you go like this, you get called for carrying the ball. Loose, but not sloppy. Too tight. Too loose. Just about right. Let's move to number 5. We segue into the martial aspect. So the thrust position. Body here, for example, here is this much area for diffusion. Put your body turned a bit, you're reducing the area. Because that's your movements that start or segue into the triangular position. That comes out. Point, level with the heart, the rear hand on the hip. Hip is from the top, palm on top. Fingers the right piece. So that's movement number 5. Movement number 6 is the thrust. Now the thrust, very important motion. For example, you're sitting here, the arms go straight. But the hips rotate. So your body's firmly at triangle, but if you choose to triangulate, you don't want the front this way. It continues to go back. It's more like you're approaching the wall with a craft. You can't go through, but you can slide through. Craft is narrow. So that is that. Now, body moving. See here, arms go straight out, and the hips rotate without moving that front. Thrust from the spine. Okay. Now, like sometimes somebody grabs your wrist, we have this motion. And somebody holds on. Now, if, for example, that thrusting motion is straight, person grabs, person extending the wrist hits a wall. Extension, if it's rotated, that motion. And that comes out. So in other words, this is straight. This is, see the thrust is in the spiral. Now, in the spiral of the arms go straight out. The hips rotate. Now, the other thing right there, a lot of times you have here. Now, as I'm going forward, the incoming on the line thrust. Now, you can adjust for a broader attack. But thrust motion. And at the very end, there's a listed, but lifting motion is a double spiral. So again, what we're presenting is just fitting, be kind of nice to do, just give a much of an overview as you can. Okay. Any thing you noticed or any questions there?
Not at this time, Sensei.
Okay. So again, the body forms a triangle, but then it continues to triangulate. That's straight, but as you continue to see the spiral. Now the arms form the spiral, no. Arms go straight out. Okay? Extension. Okay? So that's movement number 5. Just one of 30, but it's a big one. Okay. And actually what we're doing is we're going from movement. This is 5. This is movement number 6. 3. Where's that follow through? Now follow through in sports. Follow through. The follow through creates an energy flow. Five to 6. Now 7. Interface. Drop it. If there's an income, and then re-thrusting. Okay, so you have 6, 7. Now 7. Triangle. Here the body is in more of a square position. So 5, 6, 7, and 8 is repeated 6. Boom. The thrust is about perfect. Now it's important right here when you're thrusting. Right? You don't bend the wrist because if there's impact, there's not when you're working just by yourself. It goes right back to you. Okay. So 6, 7, 8. Now, move this up towards the ceiling. Right hand goes up towards the left, left goes towards the bottom. We're going to create triangles. Right foot points a point, left foot points the base of the triangle. This is the stroke in the motion. Now, there's always, we're doing is an income. And right at this particular point, we're locating the hips. Okay. So if there's an incoming, and I go this way, there's a collision. Okay. Here, then the cut is about head level. And also at the end of that cut is that focus. Now notice here, for example, I go like this, the head is exposed. The head is exposed. Here, we're retriangulating the body, the triangular process. We're cutting to about head level. Okay, now, we raise. Bring the left foot up to the right. We're going to go back left foot. Right foot goes back. This is a harder one. Notice, I go this way, the head is exposed. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. Right hand up, left hand down, right foot up, left foot back, over the head. That's 9. Over the head, left foot up, right foot back. That's 10. Okay. Okay, any questions or comments that you might notice?
Yeah, actually, something that I noticed for the first time today, and I have a question. When you finish the first 4 moves and you're doing move 6 with the thrust,
Yeah.
when you're at the end of the thrust, the farthest point, about how much percentage weight is on your front leg versus your back leg, roughly?
Okay. One thing again, Einstein said, never memorize anything you can look up. So instead of having that, I would say about 60% forward. If you find like this, I'm on set position, and I generate a force with the arms. This, boom. Knee covers tough. We don't want to go that one. Okay. Likewise for the striking motions, the cutting motions. Knee cover, so you don't want to twist the knee in. This continues to triangulate out that way. Right here, it's about 60%. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, if I'm like this and chopping wood, okay. It's a cutting motion. Okay. This for a skewer. The mythical spearhead at this 3-sectioned point. Okay. But this can, if this was more extended, then you can cut as opposed to pierce with the spear. Okay. Now, recap of the recap. 2, 3, 4. Now I'll change my angle. This is one direction here, but I'm going to put it here and say 5, 6, 7, then down, 8, so repeat 6, 9, right hand, left hand, cover the head, right foot up, left foot back. It's 9, keep the big hands, but you're going to cover the head and face again. Left back up, right back, and now, the position here is all purely thumbs forward. Whether you are thrusting or striking, cutting. So that's what we call the very first hand change, EQ. Okay? Now, one of the things I kind of want to mention, for example, and if you visualize, for example, somebody playing the EQ technique, there's a tendency at the top of the bottom. So thrusting motion. For example, somebody begins with the EQ motion here, and then they either push down or twist the arm. Thrust. And so if somebody pushes, I tend to, as a person receiving me go that way. And if somebody twists and pushes down, I tend to set. It's very important that move. And then there's a step to takedown. So the first 10, well, the first movements number 5 through 10, first 10 change are about the EQ change. Okay. Okay. Now, so now we're going to go, as I said, over the second set. So we're going to start with movement. Left hand releases, becomes the forward hand, but thumb faces you here. Everything in the first set of 10 is thumb spaced away from you, same direction. Turn and up. Three different angles. Turn and cover, covering your head and your face. This is movement 11. Now you step with your left foot, that's movement 12. This is movement 13. Okay, so we have 11, 12, 13. And we're all in the thumbs face position. So first change, second change. Now I'll do it from a different angle. Left hand, turn. See, I'm covering my head and my face. Up here, this goes down to the hip. You step with the left, and this is a thrust. But thumbs face, thrust, thumbs face away. Second change, thumbs face each other. Other than that, it's the same. And the strike here is very much like movement number 9, except it's on the left side. The body still triangulates. And striking about level with my head, with something taller. Working this somewhat shorter. So 12, left foot steps, and thrust. 14. Yeah. All right, now, so thrust engine. Instead of pushing on you or twisting you, thrust. And left step, that's the cue. Now, see, I go this way. You hit all that. This is the lead cue. Okay, the thrust is piercing penetrating. Lead cue. Somebody grabs here, you step back, position, take. In this particular case, maybe you can't penetrate, so you contain. Lead cue. Any thing right there? EQ.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was great seeing the detail on the Nikio moves.
Yeah, well,
Those three moves, yeah.
you can make the hand changes purely knowledge, but they each have a function. Okay. Function. Okay, so again, this is second set of 10. First couple of moves. Go from the first set of 10, which is primarily the first change, to the second change. So, this position again, just like the first change. Front of the heart. No bend here. But second change, times space. Cover. Now, with this right hand, thumb faces you, grip. This is the third change, thumb space here. Press down, and thrust forward. So we can look at all that. 11, 12, 13. Now, third change, 14, and 15. Press down, press forward. Okay. Now the third change responds to Sankyo. And the person receiving it, okay, the person flying it. And important right here. Just as you get in trouble with the lead here, trying to twist it. It's a thrusting motion. Lead here. Position here, twist. Containment means the thrust is down. There's a wall here, so I'm going to go down the elevator. Come up on the other side. Sankyo is interesting because you get this here. Most people start the Sankyo with a twist. And somebody with big, fat, strong wrists, sometimes it's different. So one of the things here, thrust back. Instead of twisting, you fit. Notice it's very different. center line. When I position a little higher, some people drop it. When I drop it from the chest, the elbow sometimes just flares out and hits me in the face. I'm going to cover my face. But one of the things about it, instead of twisting the arm, it's a fit. So this thrusting, the elbow of the partner becomes this grip. And most people start by twisting the wrist, and somebody, so moving that motion. So that first thrust. It's the end motion. And forward part. So you make the hand change. But you want to give it and take. So, but first we out the elbow. The elbow is connected to the shoulder. With the step. So, movement 14, 15, 14, Henry, 15, Austin. Any thing right there?
Nothing in particular this time.
Okay, yeah. So each of the movements, there are other stick forms. Like, for example, there's the 31. That's different copyright. The 30. Okay. But the other ones don't have the first change, second change, third change. We're about to get into the fourth change. And there's fifth change. So in the changes with the staff or spear correspond somewhat to the body change movements, that the techniques through the body. Okay. So, space, 17, 11, 12, 13, change, 13, 14, 15. Now, release, we're going to go back to second change. Release the left hand, that's good, we're back to the first change. Step, turn, pivot, which means it goes back. This is excellent striking motion. That's movement number 16. So it's really about 3 movements. We give it in count. Release right hand. Okay. Release left hand. Okay. Step after it becomes forward. Turn and pivot is in motion. That's the same motion as well. Movement number 16. 17. Most people here put the weight and drop it. I kind of feel more here during an elevator. This is kind of similar to the second change. More of a continuum. Try to pull somebody into the elevator. You're in the elevator. Going down the elevator together. It's many stories. All the way to the basement. Okay. That's the fourth change. And I So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Releases, rotates, face, release left, hip face, back to the first turn. Step, turn, pivot is the way it goes back. It's 16, 17. Okay. Now, releasing right hand from space, that's the back second change. 18, thrust back. 19, thrust forward. Now, go for right hip, spear point out like that. Go swinging. To the side. Step back. That's motion movement. Okay, so second change, second set of things involves second hand change. Third hand change. Fourth hand change. Right here. Go back to the second. Yeah, I think we're going to get pretty much to it, although the last set of 10 is a bit more daunting. Anything on that second set of 10? Just an overview. So, you know.
Yeah, just the 18 and 19. What is the scenario that we're looking at for those two moves for 18 and 19? When you go back to second position.
There's 17. Somebody's coming in from the back. See, if you have a spear, you're pretty good at somebody here, but somebody coming in the back. And then somebody's coming in front. And then somebody is swinging. You don't want to swing it or totally convert yourself. Rear, front, another rear.
Okay, so 18 is more kind of a knockback with the butt of the spear.
Well, I mean, we're just creating a hypothetical.
Sure. But in terms of the feel,
yeah.
right? It feels like 18 is more of a quick jab, and 19 and 20 are more of a full thrust.
Well, this is the other end. This is the spirit. Okay. Yeah. So there's usually a correspondence. Now, what is the scenario? Okay.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So that should be movement in 20. Okay. Moving along. So now movement number 21. Step forward. Move. And now, look, somebody is coming in, and you're here, and as they are raising at their feet to come down, you take boom, you thrust to the face or cutting edge of the spear right there. Boom. So that's 21 and 22. These form what we call the hand blade. Okay. This is the fifth change. Okay. Let's make it a little bit noisier. Let's just say that you're facing somebody coming at you with something sharp. Okay. And in Aikido, what happens is that you tend to go into what's called the Ikkyo motion. Because you do that. But when you do that, somebody coming in this direction Let's risk. So what this does is you rotate the hips from the face, which turns the blade away from you. Then you take the other. And that's the go flip. Fifth change. So within context, 21, 22. Blade towards you, blade away from you, then you step in across the table. Is that clear? Just
Yes, Sensei.
now 23, we take. The 23 is the most complex of the moves. Right, left, back to the center, and cover. Karate Kid. Windshield. But, so what you're doing here, from the right first, left here. Now, over the center, over the head. Figure eight. This is an easy figure eight. And you do two-hand figure eight. Right, left, to the center. So it's over. 22, 23. Four, bring it back to the middle. Left hand on top. Right. Step back. So we're going back into the number 5 position. So look at this. And from this position, you release the right hand to the long hand. Goes down. The right hand takes them, both thumbs face down. Okay. And you step back. And down. Right hand to the top. Careful here, for example, go this way and just switch sharp. You be sharp. Spear eventually, so this is part of your body. Part of your body feels. 6. 27. Let's go. And here, you release the right. Long end goes all the way around. Just the short end. You count, please. The end of it with the left hand. The full circle swing. Then you can repeat even 60. So the last circle is exponentially harder. Second set of pins is harder than the first bit. That's quite a good. Okay, so. 22, 23. Maybe number 24. It's a simple. Step back. 45. Long hand down, catch from the top, right hand. Left, that's the bottom of the scalp. Step back. Right hand stabilizes. Number 26. Recovering the head, the face, football, 27. Release. Long end goes all the way around, catch. Release, left, catch. Now, once back there, it's a full circle sweep. Then repeat movement 16. Step through straight. Okay. Now that full circle sweep, let's just say you're in the battlefield and you're surrounded by a bunch of attackers. They're all coming at you. And there's creating a little bit of space for yourself. Okay. Okay. 24. 5. Lift up. And 26. Now 27. Let go. Right knee. Long knee goes all the way around. That's the short end. Release left. That's the end of the step. Full circle sweep. Then repeat number 16 step. Addition, that's the movement 28. 29. Take the hip. Head left. And come space, second change position. Right. Come space away. Come space left and top. Listen to it. Okay, now one thing, we're going this way. Somebody's coming in the back. Okay. Now, you could do that. Now, careful here, because you go like this, not so good. Go like this, not so good. So, go ahead and hip, creating a lane for yourself. Don't squeeze it out. Creating some space. Step. So, when I'm treating it, I'm not screwing it. The whole thing. Something last set of 10. All these firewall alternatives come down, and up, and down, and up. And down, and up, and down, and up. You can transpose this into the and so part of the movements could be you're combining that percentage. Get movements like this and this and this and this and this. It's a good idea to start out with 30, focus on the last couple, and then produce some fluid. Okay. Anyway, that's our overview of the 30 movements. Cliff, anything you noticed? Something new that you picked
Oh, no,
up?
this is great. I saw some refinements in several of them. So, thank you.
Yeah. Well, the key word is refinement. I know it. It's a process of refinement. Refine. Fine, make refinement. Refinement. In the process of certain sort of a subject, find a level of the movement, find a level of the person doing the movement. When you start to pick up other things, you start to refine it. It's just hammering away at the movements. That's, but you're noticing nuances. So anyway, I think that's it. We'll be in Mountain View on Sunday. Okay, let me make sure. We go here. Okay, and
Thank you, Sensei.
yeah, well, let me